Hey folks, in this video we are going to learn about the advanced search capabilities in Anstrex. If you recall one of my previous videos where I demonstrated the drop-down filters, I mentioned about the shortcomings of the drop-down filters. Let me reiterate the shortcomings one more time so that you will understand the true power of these advanced search capabilities that our platform currently offers. If you were to select one of the drop-down filters, let's say a country filter, and select any country, let's say Canada, from the drop-down, you will see the listings from Canada and Canada only, as you can see here on the screen. If I were to change the country to Brazil, for example, all the listings from Canada are now gone and they are replaced with Brazil. What if you want to look at the results from multiple countries at the same time, or for that matter, from multiple ad networks or multiple languages at the same time? Unfortunately, you cannot do that with the drop-down filters. For this functionality, we have created the advanced search feature in Anstrex. This is an extremely powerful feature which will allow you to tailor your searches to give you the results that you want. And let me show you how. The first thing we will do is clear the existing search results by clicking on the Reset All button. And now in order to start the advanced search, we are going to click on the Advanced Search button, which will bring up a new dialog box. Let's go ahead and try to create a couple of rules here. We're going to start with something very simple. What we are going to do is select the country filter from the drop down here, and we are going to look at the operator here. The operator has three different options: equals, not equals, and contains. And we are going to keep it at equal and keep the country at Australia. The next thing we are going to do is we're going to just sort the results by add gravity in descending order. Okay, so it's fairly simple filter right now that we have set it up, and let's do a search. And as you can see from the search results, what you're seeing is results from Australia only. So this is pretty similar to what we did earlier with the drop down menu. There is no difference as far as this search versus what we could do with the previous drop-down menu filter. Now let's call up the advanced search one more time, and we're going to now try a different operator. Let's try the contains operator. So what is the difference between equals and contains? The best way to learn about that would be to actually do the search and look at the results. So what happened here? Now you can see all the creatives that are displayed here has more than one country listed, and one of them is of course Australia, which is the one we selected here. As you can see, the difference between the equal and the contains operator is that the equal operator shows you the results only from the country you selected and that country only. And if you were to change that operator to contains, it will show you all the creatives that were displayed in that particular country as well as other countries as well. So I hope you understood the difference between those two. Now let's go ahead and play around with the rules some more. I'm going to click on the Advanced Search button, and I'm going to change this operator to equal. And I'm going to add one more rule here. And for this rule, I'm going to select country filter, and I'm going to keep the operator at equal. And I'm going to choose another country here. So now we have two different rules here. The first rule says country equals to Australia. The second rule says country equals to Canada. If you look at the blue box right here, it has the word and highlighted here. What does that mean? Let's look at the results to find out. You see the results here. You have creatives that were basically running in both the countries, Canada and Australia, at the same time. This is because we used AND option. This option, by the way, is called Boolean Operator. What if we change this to OR instead of AND? Let's go back to the Advanced Search dialog box and let's change the AND Boolean Operator to OR. Okay, and let's do the search one more time. All right. Do you see the difference now? Now what we are seeing is the mix of creatives that ran either in Canada or in Australia, as you can see here. So again, this basically shows you how versatile and how powerful this advanced search capability is. And you can create various different rules here, chain them together using different Boolean operators, and precisely get the results you want. Okay, now let's make this search a little more complicated. I'm going to go ahead and delete these rules that we created earlier. So now we are left with a blank slate. What I'm going to do is create two separate groups. The way to do that would be to click on the Add Group button, which creates one group, and then I'm going to create one more group, okay? So for the first group, I'm going to create two rules. The first rule will have add network equals to add now, and we will add one more rule to this group, and we will say, let's say country equals, let's just keep it Australia for this one. Now in the other group, I'm going to add a rule saying the add network equals MGID, and add one more rule, and country equals to Canada. All right. And if you can look at the blue box right on the top, this blue box connects, or the Boolean logic box connects both the groups together. And I'm going to select OR as the operator here because I want either this condition on the first group to be true, or I want the second condition in the other group to be true. I want either or, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and keep it like that, and let's do a search. All right. So you can see from the results, we got the MGID hits that were running in Canada. And if I were to scroll down, I'm going to find the add now creatives that were running in Australia. Again, this demonstrates the power of advanced search capability of our platform. None of our competitors have anything close to what we offer here. Before we end this video, I want to show you one more cool feature of this advanced search option in Anstrex. And that feature is the ability to save these advanced searches for later use. And the way to do that is to go into the Save Search dialog box here and type a name that you want to give to this search. And I'm just going to call it Add Now MGID AUCA. And then I'm going to click on the green Save button. And that's going to save this search. Let's go ahead and reset the search. And I'm going to call the Advanced Search dialog box one more time. I'm going to look at my saved searches here, and it has the one that I just saved earlier, and I'm going to call that up. And as you can see, the search dialog box is automatically populated once I called in my search. And now I can conduct the same search again. There you go. So this concludes our video on advanced search. Remember, I have just given you an introduction on this functionality. You can do a lot more and sky is the limit here. So get going and use this function to get the best of Anstrex. I'll see you again in another video. Until then, cheers.